Good morning, dear students. Today, we are going to see the second poem, An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, written by Stephen Spender. Before I begin this class, I would like to remind you that this is one of the chapters of this second unit test. So kindly take note of it. Once again, I repeat, the chapters for unit test are An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum, another poem, Keeping Quiet, and the first is supplementary. These three chapters are there for the unit test. Please take care of this. The number given there in the first syllabus of this exam, there is a little confusion, it seems. So I make it very clear. We have an elementary school classroom in a slum, Keeping Quiet, and the first supplementary reading. These are the three chapters we have to deal with for this unit test. Let us begin. Hope you are all fine. Let us get introduced with the poet Stephen Spender. Stephen Spender. He describes the communal inequalities which are usual in our society. In this poem, the author describes the situation of the students of an elementary school. The school is located in a slum area. The poet wants everybody's attention to these children. Poet wanted that the life of these students improves. He wanted them to get trained in order to become good citizens of our country and not criminals. It gives a brief knowledge about the condition of the school as well as the students. How a school and the students remain in a slum area. It describes about their limitations. It also describes about the possibilities that they could do. Let us get into the poem. I have taken a picture from the Google to show you a slum area classroom. It is not that much well furnished. You can see the pictures on the wall, children sitting together, no particular uniform, all in a small room, congested. That particular class remains the place of their learning. They have no touch with the outer world, no experience with the real nature. Let us see what the poet means by this poem. The appearance of the students shows that they are unwelcome. The kids are having depressed facial expressions. They have unhealthy bodies inherited from their parents. At the end of the classroom, a kid is sitting, having bright eyes that fill with dreams. You see here, the children are not that pleasant there. When they come to the school, it seems to be something odd for them. They are not that happy to be there because there isn't anyone to motivate them in a proper manner. You can see their structure. They do not have the well-built bodies because they are lacking in nutritional food. But still, they have dreams. They have dreams as we all have. But very often, their dreams get suppressed. You see the pictures there in this classroom. A wall is there. They are looking out of this classroom to see the natural world outside. The photos are there. We'll be explaining it a little later. The classroom has dirty and muddy walls. They are not well built. Many people have given multiple charts and images for putting on the walls. A poster is there of Shakespeare. His head is bald and looks like the rising sun. You see his head, very plain. So he compares that bald head as the rising sun. This is another picture. It is the valley that is mentioned there. I have taken these two photos of that particular valley. Further, another one is a world map. For these students, the world is not as they see in the picture. For these students, the world is the scene that they see outside of the classroom through the window. You see, we have seen this classroom. There is one particular window, and they are seeing the world outside. That is the only experience they have about the world, it seems, by the poet. The children are stuck in the slums. They have dim and hopeless futures. They all have a dark and depressing future. Moreover, they have options in life that are imperfect and are disappointing. They are distant from the light of knowledge. You can just compare your facilities at these days and the facilities that are for the slum kids. A lot of differences are there. You have human resources around, material resources around, but these kids there in the slum areas, they do not have any of these facilities. Somehow they are forced to come onto the school. They sit there. Some things are being explained by the teacher over there. Some listen, some look outside, some do their own work, and then get back to their own slum huts. So here the poet is bringing a kind of difference between the well-developed students and the slum area students. The well-developed schools and the slum area schools. You see, the children would like to get out into the real nature and experience the world of nature. They like to get out for better learning. But those are all limited, for them. Understanding the pictures given in there, that particular room, the classroom, it is very difficult for them. Just a kind of abstract idea they get from those pictures. Further, these kids hate everybody, and for them Shakespeare was a good person. As nobody loves them, even they disliked everybody. You see, the difference is here. Slum area students, they never are being cared for. Nobody likes them. Everyone treats them with a kind of hatred. Therefore, they also tend to develop the nature of hatred in them. They dislike everybody. Love forces them to do crimes like robbery, etc. You see, for them, in order to meet the everyday's needs, they have no other options than robberies or stealing or something like that. So they get into such a kind of systems. The children are so thin that their bones and skeleton are clearly visible through them. This is because of the lack of nourishment. You might have seen the photos of undernutritioned children. I have taken one of them from the Google. The classes that are made of steel and are cheap. You see, the poet is saying that some of them have got some classes to wear, and they are also very cheap. They are quite heavy and uncomfortable at the same time. Their probabilities of accomplishing their dreams have been further reduced by building bigger shanty towns. Until and unless they don't come out of the slums, they will never get to know about the world outside. The outer world is so much developing, but they do not have any facility to experience that development. For that, they need to come out from their slum areas. The students are not having the right to dream out of these slums. There is a limit for their dreams also. Though they are filled with dreams, there is a limit for them. The dreams remain in the level of dreams only. To get into the practical life, it seems very difficult for them. The poet also appeals to the authorities for permitting these poor kids to go out of these slums. The students need to see the outer world. Moreover, the maps on the walls of the class will surely become a reality for them. Moreover, they should be taken to areas with fields and greenery. The sunny atmosphere and the warm sand of the beach will connect them with a hunger for knowledge. If these children will get to learn, then these children will become economically authorized. Dear students, if they get opportunities as we get, there will be a better atmosphere for them. They will make use of it in the best way possible. That is what the poet says. They should be taken to the outer fields, the outer greenery. If they are given such opportunities, the poet assures that they will set their life in a better way in all means. You see how the children enjoy the nature. I acknowledge that all these pictures are taken from the Google. It is for you to understand things in a better way. Now let us conclude this poem. This poem, an elementary school classroom in a slum, tells us about the poor condition of the students in a slum area. The schools are very poor in condition. The future of these kids is in darkness. This poem also teaches us the value of education and the value of all the things that we have and many others do not have. The poet is asking everyone who has the privilege of all the facilities in their life to take care of them. Let us never waste anything if we get something. Let us think of those people who do not have any facilities as that we have. Let us care for them too in our own way. So I am going to end this poem. Please go through this poem very well, read well, and the question answers, please learn them, get ready for the examination, and the poetical devices of this poem we will deal tomorrow. Till then, bye-bye.